future is mine.
Take a look around a typical Ghanaian compound. You might see a goat wandering, a pig resting, and a chicken pecking at the dirt. Imagine gathering them all together and serving the exact same meal, a massive pile of tough wild grass. The goat would have a feast, but the pig and the chicken, they would go hungry. That is because the physical features we see on the outside, like hair, feathers, or hooves, point to a completely different internal kitchen for processing food. To understand these animals, we group them into 3 categories: ruminants, monogastrics, and poultry. Understanding these 3 groups is how we make sure we are feeding and managing our animals correctly so they can support our households. We will start with animals like cows, sheep, and goats. You can identify them by their feet. They have cloven hooves, which look like a single hoof split into 2 toes. These animals face a challenge. Their main food is grass, which is packed with tough fibers that are incredibly difficult to break down. This is where the name ruminant comes in. As this diagram shows, they have a massive, complex stomach divided into 4 separate chambers to handle that tough plant material. When a goat takes a bite of grass, it swallows quickly. That food travels down into the first and largest chamber, the rumen, which acts like a big fermentation tank. Later, while the goat is resting, it brings that partially digested food back up to its mouth to chew the cud. It grinds the food down thoroughly with its back teeth, swallows it again, and lets it pass through the other chambers for final digestion. This multi-step process is what allows ruminants to turn a field of tough grass into the energy they need to grow. But what about pigs or rabbits? If they tried to live on that same tough grass, they wouldn't survive. We call this second group monogastrics. You can remember them by that mono at the start. It's a reminder that these animals have just one stomach chamber. As you see here, a monogastric animal has a simple, single-pouch stomach, very similar to our own. Because they don't have those extra fermentation chambers, they can't digest tough grass. Instead, they need food that is already easy to break down, like grains or specialized feed. Since monogastrics have an internal setup so similar to ours, we must provide them with a diet that is much closer to what humans eat. Finally, we have poultry, like chickens and turkeys. This illustration shows how they differ from the mammals we've seen. They walk on 2 legs, they have feathers, and they lay eggs. They also have a very specific challenge when it comes to eating. They have no teeth. Instead of chewing, they use their hard beaks to sharply peck at seeds and insects, swallowing them whole. To handle those whole seeds, they have a special internal tool. This diagram shows a muscular pouch called the gizzard. The bird swallows small stones that sit in this pouch and act as a grinder, crushing the food so it can be digested. By combining a hard beak with an internal grinder, poultry can process their food effectively without ever needing to chew. Returning to our shared meal, we can see why one menu doesn't fit all. Understanding these 3 different internal kitchens is how we ensure every animal gets the nutrition it needs. But even though their bodies and diets are different, the goat, the pig, and the chicken are all united by one thing. They are all domestic animals. As we see here, they depend on us for their housing, their safety, and their medical care. In return for our care, they provide our families with eggs, meat, and the income that helps our households thrive. So remember, ruminants chew the cud, monogastrics have one stomach, and poultry use a gizzard to grind their food. When you understand how these animals work on the inside, you can take better care of them on the outside, ensuring the entire compound stays healthy and productive.
Nyansafo.